Thank you for joining us on another episode of Built with Jason White, where we forge strong men and families to lead with faith, build with purpose, and live with impact. And today I have an awesome, very special guest. Very excited to kind of get into all the talks, but let me introduce him a little bit here. A longtime friend. I think we've known each other for probably around 35 years or something crazy like that.
That'd be a good guess.
Yeah. Husband of 24 years, father of 3. Not 3 years, but 3 children.
yes.
American Cornhole League professional, right?
That's correct.
And currently ranked, I looked this up, I think it's accurate, currently ranked 11th in the state of Michigan.
Yes.
And also looking to qualify for Worlds for the second year in a row, I think. Or Third year in a row. Okay, third year in a row. And on the cusp of breaking the top 100 corn players in the entire world.
Correct.
Very close. I looked it up. You are very close. I think if you qualify, you probably break that, I would think, or at least get to that top 100. This is Mr. Steve Gray. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. Excited to be here.
Yeah. So if you haven't listened to an episode before, you know we kind of implemented the little fire starters. This is a get to know Steve Gray segment where we just ask a couple questions to try to get to know who you are outside of being a professional. We use the term, quote, athlete.
Yes,
yeah.
Use that athlete loosely.
Yeah. So fire starter questions. All right, let's start with what's one thing most people would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh, that is a good fire starter
and
question.
I don't let you see these for a reason.
I know.
So I want you to just.
I didn't expect that.
I know. Hey, there you go.
Say the question again.
All right. So what's one thing that most people would be surprised to learn about you?
Shoot, man.
What's that secret you've been holding on to? You know, special talent, something you really enjoy that not a whole lot of people know.
Yeah, there ain't really much out there. So I mean, I'm a pretty good going guy. I'm involved in a lot of stuff, and I put me out there when I'm with my friends or anybody new or things like that. So it's hard to say that's something that nobody really knows about me.
Well, it's going to be a boring podcast if we can't move on from question one, Steve. All right,
yeah.
So no. All right, so but you got you got to have something. All right, what about how many dogs do you guys have? How many animals do you guys have? Because I believe this was something that maybe not a lot of people know. So
something like that. I guess 2 dogs, 2 cats. Unfortunately, I'm not a cat person. Just kidding. But hey, happy wife, happy life.
That's right. There you go.
So, but yeah, 2 dogs, 2 cats. 12-and-a-half-year-old chocolate lab Rolo.
Yeah.
9-year-old black lab Kona. And then 2 cats. I think one's 8 and one's like 5.
Okay, so here's one that I know that people won't know. You have chased one of those dogs around the neighborhood at least 100 times, I believe.
All right, yeah,
which one's the breakout dog?
It's Kona. Well, it's a team effort.
Okay.
So the chocolate lab can open the sliding glass door, which allows them out. So if you don't lock the sliding glass door, that's step 1.
Smart dog.
So then they run out. So we have put up 3 different types of fences, and we currently have the white vinyl plastic fence.
Yeah.
And they find loose spots in it. So like if you have to have those 8 feet separate, pole to pole for it to be really tight. Well, I put it up kind of by myself one summer.
Yeah.
So got it done. Well, a little loose, but she can see through it. She'll take her head and knock that panel out. One panel and they are gone. And she will run for hours.
You got like the dog version of Shawshank Redemption going on at your house. This is impressive. So
yes.
All right. Well, there's something that somebody might not know. There you go. Yeah. I know. I've heard about that. Right? So. All right. How about this one? If you weren't doing what you do today, what would you be doing?
As far as cornhole?
Anything in life. Anything in life. If you weren't doing exactly what you're doing today, what would you be doing?
Hopefully, I always wanted to own my own business type thing.
Yeah.
Went to school and everything and wanted to own. I keep thinking about it. I see a lot of these restaurants that close and other people buy them and just want to have like a nice little, not a hangout spot, but a spot that my friends and people that I know can come hang out. I like to.
Small town, family oriented type business. And okay.
I know a few people that had like Pig in the Hen in Flushing. I know Ryan out there, and I know S&K Swartz Creek with Tyler and them. So it's nice to have somebody come, almost like a hostess type person. Come hang out with me, have some food, and
might be in the future a little cornhole themed restaurant or something, hangout joint. You never know.
There's a few out there, but I know there's a couple people that I've talked to that want to do something closer up here. So
right.
Yep.
All right, question 3. This is the easy one. Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
Coffee?
Coffee.
All right. Well, is there a why behind that?
Oh, I love the taste.
And you're a man?
Yeah.
Because you're a man and you got a beard, right?
Energy drinks usually do a little bit too much for me.
That's my beard. How about that? That's about all I got. So there's that.
Yeah, energy drinks do a little too much for me, and they're not as healthy.
All right, fair enough.
Not that I'm a healthy guy. But.
All right, so let's get into the story of Steve, and let's. I got a couple stories, but I got a story that I want to talk about. But first, the story actually starts at the beginning because it was when you started your journey. So let's get into how that journey started, and then I'll talk about the story that basically demoralized me as a human being of playing cornhole. So
well, maybe it's part of my start, but
let's get into some basics first. Let's go. So for a simpleton like me, because I know backyard cornhole. That's what I'm going to say 95% of all listeners out here know backyard cornhole. So tell us a little bit, is it different at the professional level or as you're going up? Is the scoring different? What does it look like as far as when you go to, Tennessee or you go down to Texas or whatever? What do those tournaments look like and how are they played? So let's start with some basics.
Yeah, I mean, basics are you do have backyard. So I always tell people backyard cornhole is your cornhole. You make the rules, you do all that.
Yeah.
So, but I think the one thing that stays the same is scoring. One on the board.
One on the board.
Yep. And then every bag in the hole is 3.
Yep.
And you cancel it out. So if you have one on the board and I got one on the board, it's cancel. If I got one in the hole, you got one on the board, I get 2.
Yep. So
it's cancellation.
First one to
scoring.
21.
So yes, backyard, a lot of people bust.
Yep.
Professionally, no.
So just you get there, you get there.
You get there, you get there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So no busting, none of this going back to 15 or whatever you decide. And,
no.
Okay.
So, and that was a big change. You show up to some tournaments, like when I first started out, local tournaments, it's like you got to ask those questions, and then people look at you like, what are you talking about? So
I wouldn't know what to do. So
we did it.
Yeah.
You bust, you go back. So I've played it before, not knowing, and then professionally, you just go over 21. Hurry up. Hurry up.
So, and then now there's a difference too, because backyard cornhole, usually you 4 people on a board, and that's usually how you play it. I mean, you can do 1v1, but a lot of times you're with friends, and so you got a team. So me and so against those 2, and so what does it look like when you're going on the professional level or going to these tournaments? I know that there's singles, there's doubles, there's blind draws. I don't know what half of this stuff means. So why don't you explain a few of those things for us?
Yeah, singles is singles, so it's 1v1.
Okay.
Doubles is doubles, so it's 2v2, and you stand on the same side of the board. You don't crisscross, like you're not on one side and the guy's across from you.
Okay.
You stand on the same side of the board. So with that, just
when you say you stand on the same side of the board, do you mean like you and your teammate?
Partner. Yep.
Okay, so if you're on the standing on the right side of the board, he's going to be directly across from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, directly across. So if you're right-handed and the board's over your right hand, we call that the inside hand. And if your partner's right-handed, his hand's going to be outside.
Gotcha.
And the board's going to be on his left hand. So
okay.
Some terminology: inside hand, outside hand. A lot of people
wouldn't know what that was. So
correct. So to kind of touch on that, what happens is a blind draw, you get a random partner. So we show up to an event, that's what a blind draw is. You just get a random partner. So some of the first questions you ask are, what type of bags do you like, fast or slow? And then the other good question is, do you like inside hand or outside hand?
Okay.
So, and they're like, well, I like outside hand. I'm like, oh, good, I like inside hand, so it works out nice. And then sometimes it works out nice when they throw the same style of bag as you, too. So.
And how long do you usually have to kind of learn that partner after they draw? As far as before you throw your first,
5 minutes.
Okay, so you're like 3 quick questions. Let's go.
Three quick questions, and then you do get a down and back. We call it a down and back. So I throw the bags down, and then you throw them back.
Gotcha.
And that's your warm up.
So one warm up, kind of a down. Okay.
You can ask for 2. Usually the 99.9% of the cornhole community is amazing. They're nice, phenomenal people. That's what I love about it. They'll give you 2.
Yeah.
Or 3, I guess.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've covered a little bit of the basics.
A little lingo.
Yeah, because I didn't understand half of that stuff, but that's fine. Now I get it, which is nice. So you started this journey, I think, just to kind of throw back, you and I have played basketball, baseball, softball, bowling.
Yep.
We've done it all together, right? Bowling was a thing that we did for a very long time. And then in COVID came.
Yep.
and bowling alleys pretty much shut down. Basically, everything did.
Everything.
So what could you do outside? Cornhole. Right? So cornhole was a thing that kind of you picked up in 2021, late 2020, early 2021,
late 2021.
We played.
Yeah.
Nonchalantly in backyards probably before that. But when you started taking it a little more serious was about 2020, 2021, right?
Yeah, right around August of 2021, somewhere around there. Cobblestone right down the road from me had a $5 drop-in, ran by Blue Collar Cornhole. And I asked the wife, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to run up here and see what this is about. So I ran up there, paid $5, showed up. People are in jerseys. And I'm like, it's only $5, And I'm like, and they're throwing, and after a couple of weeks, I was beating the people in jerseys. And I'm like, oh, okay, so, like, am I good or what? And it just kind of really progressed from there. $5 tournaments to $10 tournaments to, this is actually a big thing. They have a state tournament and state championships and regionals and just
so that's where it started, was just drop it in and say, let's try this. And
$5.
So that explains a lot, because my story starts in late August, early September of 2021. Where we're in a fantasy football league together, a lot of us buddies from school, and we go over to a buddy of ours' house for the draft, and we're hanging out, and we got a couple cornhole boards, and we're all having a good time playing cornhole until Steve decides to play, and he said, I'll spot you guys 18 points to 21. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, real good, guy. We're going to kick your butt. I'm pretty sure that I didn't score a single point. I was stuck at 18, and you beat me several times, 21 to 18, when you started with 0. So I haven't played cornhole since. No, I'm just kidding. I still have played, and you did that to all of us, and I'm pretty sure that we said, okay, Steve, you're not allowed to play with us anymore. You have to find better competition. So
basically, no more fantasy cornhole.
So that's my story of the last time I played cornhole with Steve. So this journey, 2021, you start and you say, okay, let me see what this looks like as far as chasing the professional level of cornhole.
Correct.
So walk us through that journey, just kind of what you went through, what it looked like, in the steps you had to take to get there.
Yeah, it's a lot of levels is the kind of way I say it. Like that $5 drop-in's a nice level to start. Learning of people, learning the game, and that really grows you. And like I said, the biggest thing about the cornhole community is 99.9% of them are just amazing people, and they want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
They some of them like, I don't want them to beat me, so I don't want, but I'm telling you, 99.9% of them, they want to see you succeed, and just because the better competition you play, the better you get.
Right.
It's
which is probably the truth with just about anything,
any
right?
sport, yeah. Watching somebody who's good, learning their techniques, and going from there. So started out at that local level, and then went to a regional, which it would be like the next one up.
Yeah.
So they have regionals, states, and all that.
So when you say local is probably like county level. Is that how you would determine local, or would that be even smaller than that?
Kind of smaller.
Okay.
Because local, because locals you can have 4 or 5 different local events going on in
the same county.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very smaller. And then when you go regionals ends up being not statewide, but maybe like 3 surrounding counties or something like that. It's probably more of a regional, or
there's about 4 regional directors in the whole state of Michigan.
Okay,
so from the
figure
UP,
a fourth of the state.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the UP on down, so that's regionals.
Gotcha.
And you gain regional points, and then after that would be like a state championship, and then that October I went to a conference in Illinois.
So this is October of 2021.
Yeah, went to a conference early.
Or 2020.
Yep. 2020.
Or 2020. Yeah. Okay.
Went to a conference really early and played pretty good. Talked to the wife. I'm like, hey, I think I'm pretty good at this game,
All those years of bowling, you had that down, right?
Yeah, just a natural semi-athlete.
Yeah.
But so went to a conference, and then after that conference, a year later, actually 2021, I was getting really good, and Jim Elvis from Great Shots was like, hey, do you want to go to Iowa and try and make Team USA? Yeah. So talk to the wife again. It's travel, it's money, it's
and at this point, everything was out of pocket, right? You're like, out of pocket. Whatever I do with this, I chase it, but I'm paying for everything.
Yes.
And when you win, you maybe, if you're lucky, recover about 100th of what you spent to get there, right?
Total.
Yeah, total.
Yes.
Yes.
One tournament you could win, and usually if you win about 8 to 10 times your money, depending on the tournament. So $10 buy-in, you win $100 somewhere around there. So I mean, you can collect all that, but yeah. So I had to fly to Nebraska.
Yep.
I went to Omaha. 38 people showed up, but 26 were pros.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you stepped in there and right there, 2/3 of the field you're playing professionals already.
Yep, already playing professionals, and we did 10 games of rounders, which you just play a random person, but you play 10 games. They take your win-loss, and they kind of seed you. And
so you play that same person over 10 times?
No.
Or you play 10 total games and it's somebody different every time?
Somebody different every time.
Okay.
So they take your points, and this is the good thing about not stopping on 21. So if you go over 21, you have a plus-minus. So when you go over 21, that helps your plus-minus.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, 24 to 3 is 21 points.
So you just drop them all right in the hole there and you want to add on.
You want to add on.
It's like carryover minutes from Singular Wireless.
Correct. If you know next week you're going to be talking
you got to be
on
older
that
to
phone.
understand that one. So
if you know, you know. So yeah, and I think I ended up going, I want to say 8-2, and I beat the second best player there, Frank Modlin.
Okay.
We've built a really good relationship for it, and best part about it was the last game in rounders.
Yep.
And I'm playing. And the rule was you can only qualify for one event, a singles, a doubles, or a co-ed.
Okay.
And I was only there for doubles.
Gotcha.
So,
but you didn't have a partner at the time.
I did have a partner.
Oh, you did have a partner.
You have to go with a partner. So
Okay.
you have to bring your partner to qualify for that. So, so I beat Frank Modlin, who was the second best player there, and I turned around and Rosie Streaker was there, which is female.
Okay.
She's like, "Do you want to play co-ed?" I'm like, "Well, heck yeah." She was like the number 2 woman in the world, I think it was.
Gotcha.
I'm like, "Yes, I'll play with you."
So she saw something. She said, "All right, let's go."
She was there qualifying as doubles as well with another female partner, though.
Oh, okay.
So she had a female partner, and then I had a male partner. So they said, well, only since there's like less than 40, we'll let you try and qualify on 2 events. So she wanted to play co-ed with me.
Okay.
So that was the first time, too, that I was on TV playing cornhole.
So and to kind of back this up and unpack it a little bit. So you went there, you played lights out.
Mm-hmm.
You beat 2/3 of the field that were already pro and qualified for Team USA.
Yep.
Which led to you playing on, it was televised on ESPN, one of the ESPN networks.
NBC Sports.
Oh, NBC Sports.
Yeah.
Wait, cross all that out. Never mind, NBC Sports.
Yeah.
So, and you were, at that moment, that was co-ed that you were playing, or was that?
So I played my doubles because I qualified through doubles with my partner as well.
Oh, okay. So
But
you can
only claim one.
Gotcha.
So I made Team USA via doubles, but I made TV with both.
Oh, okay.
So I played co-ed on TV and I played doubles on TV.
And there was a pretty funny story behind the TV.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we're gonna. This is. Well, I mean, I don't have a way to like pop the clip up. But I wish I did. That'd be awesome. But so there was a shot of you watching after you. I think it was after you played, right, or before you played.
Oh, this is a different event.
Oh, that's a whole
You're
different
talking
event.
popcorn.
Yeah,
that's a
popcorn.
different event.
What were you talking about?
Oh,
I mean, if you already brought it up now.
So I had a little side bet with 2 of my buddies on who was going to win singles, and the person who the 2 losers, like they each got 3 people or 1 person who had to buy the other guy a shot.
Okay.
And I'm on TV, and I hit a really good shot, and the announcers are like, "Man, look at that shot." Well, I turned around, and my buddy had a shot of Fireball. And I turn around, and the camera pans away, and we take the shot, but he panned back. And he's like, "Speaking of great shots," as we're doing the shot. Well, they didn't like that so much. So I got a little hand smack.
Okay.
Commissioner of the ACL.
Gotcha. They're like, hey, save that for afterwards.
So that's October. So I'll fast forward kind of to where Jason's talking about.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's October. Did all that. So got invited to New Year's Eve in Myrtle Beach to play again on TV.
Okay.
As a doubles team, USA versus Canada.
Gotcha.
So while I was spectating in the crowd, I was with my wife and my buddy. Well, somehow they both go to the bathroom at the same time, and I'm left there with probably a 80-ounce bag of popcorn.
Just a giant bag of popcorn.
Just a giant bag of popcorn by myself. Nobody else around, and I'm eating, and Josh Keck puts me on ESPN, and then everybody stares and looks at me. And what else you gonna do?
And that thing went all over the internet.
Yes.
I remember seeing it. I thought, that's the Steve Gray. I know right there. Eating the popcorn.
All you do is
just sitting there with a bag of popcorn.
Yep, you live in the moment, and I just put it and go, said, get your popcorn ready, and then eat my popcorn.
It was awesome. It was very cool. I enjoyed that. So, all right. So 2021, 2022 comes. Now you're chasing. Now that you're actually in it, you qualify for a team, but you're not pro yet at this point.
Nope.
Now the next level is you start chasing to be a pro, correct?
Yep.
Which define how that works and how you become a pro in cornhole, and then what you had to do to get there. So
it's a little different now than it was, but it's kind of the same. So the way I had to do it, like we talked a little bit earlier about local points or local events, they take your best 16 local finishes. So if you win a local event, you get 50 points.
Okay.
So you have to win 16 of those throughout the course of the year.
Okay.
You get your 50 points, and then you call it maxed out, of course.
Gotcha.
Then regionals, you usually have about 9 regionals a year.
Okay.
And they take your best 6 singles and doubles finishes.
Gotcha.
And then that's your points. And then they have opens, which is like the next level.
Yep.
So we could go to Ohio.
So just think of this as like single A, double A, triple A, kind of if we want to put it into a baseball perspective, kind of the next level,
how big the
right?
events and everything are, yeah. So you go to, just for perspective, a local event could have 30 people.
Yeah.
A regional can have 70, 80 to 100.
Okay.
And an open's going to have 2, 3 to 600.
Gotcha.
Somewhere around there.
So obviously, odds of winning go way down the higher levels you go.
Yep.
But that's where points you qualify for more points as you get higher, right?
Yeah. So of course you go to an open, you do really good. That's a lot of points. So that's kind of what it is. And that's how I, qualified on points was open points.
Okay.
I maxed out my locals, won a couple regionals, and then went to opens. Had like a 5th in West Virginia, which is good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Out of 600-700 people, right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah. There was probably 400 people there.
Okay.
Tier 1 is what they call it, so it's probably 200 something Tier 1 players.
Okay.
And I tied for 5th in your bracket, how the brackets do or whatever.
Okay.
So it's still really good.
So we're talking top 2.5%.
Correct.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That day.
Yes. Well,
So
hey, each day brings new challenges, right? Yes. Yeah.
So at the end of the year, they took like the top. I forget how it was. I want to say they don't have like a specific number because when pros re-qualify, then they get asked to come back.
Okay.
And some people will turn it down.
All right.
So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm too big. Just had a kid. A lot of people just had kids.
Gotcha.
Turning it down. So they kind of keep going down the list or whatever. Okay. I made it in that first one, and then they kept going down the list.
Gotcha.
So I think I finished overall in the whole scheme of ACL was like 76th.
And this was, so you were 76, and this was when you finally got to the pro level. This was 2024? Okay, so 3 years into it, basically.
Yeah.
3.5 years into it.
Yep.
That was the grind, and I know it was a grind.
Yes.
Because I just remember all the things you were gone every other weekend. You were doing, like this was your whole world outside of, because you work a full-time 9 to 5 or 8 to 3 or 7 to 2 or whatever you work. It's a full-time job. And then every other moment after that was cornhole, correct? Pretty much?
Yeah, because either I'm out of town on a weekend playing cornhole, trying to get those big points, or your regionals are on weekends, or things like that. So definitely it was a lot of time away from home.
Yes. And
practicing, all that, because you just can't most people can't throw a cornhole board up in their house.
Right.
You got to have a barn or garage or something like that.
And the reason I bring that up is because I think there's a couple lessons to be pulled from this, and that's one, like it's not just, you don't just walk into it and get it. Even though if you didn't see the inside of everything that happened with what you were doing, it would kind of look like, well, Steve just kind of walked in there and became pro in a couple of years. That's kind of cool. Yeah. But the lesson is like consistently showing up day after day and putting in the time.
Yes.
So over those years, those 3 years that you probably threw more bags than anybody else, or at least us average people in the backyard ever do in our lifetime.
Yes.
And so that's the difference between me throwing. I could play cornhole, 20 times a summer and have a great time, and it wouldn't even compare to what you did probably in 2.5 months or 3 months of work.
A 2.5 hour practice session or something
exactly.
like that. Yeah.
So I think the lesson is there that like consistency matters.
Yes.
And if you want to get great at something, it's not just showing up and going through the motions. It's putting in the work behind the scenes where nobody sees it.
Yeah.
So that you could show up on a weekend tournament and become fifth, top 2.5% of a giant event of 400 people or whatever. So, or top 200 tier, right? So,
like you're saying, people notice that too, because when we put, like, I first partnered with Nick Lockwood, and we put in a lot of work, and then like 6 months later we actually were competitive state champs.
Yeah.
Our first year ever.
Like
And we put in the work and did all that, and then the people who love the game, and there's people out who just love the game and play the game when the opportunities come. They don't practice or nothing like that, and then we just skyrocket past them as far as talent wise. So,
right.
And you could tell when somebody's putting the work in and they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So, all right, that's awesome. So then in 2024 you become pro.
Yep.
And then a lot of things have changed a little. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of things. I would say it became a lot more. I mean, you were serious, but it became a lot more serious at that point, because once you become pro, then you have to. It's not just like, well, I'm going to show up to what I want. It's almost like you have certain things that you have to show up to, or is it you? Yeah, and also you have sponsorships, things like that to help you out with travel, because you still have to pay your own way. It's not like it's not like just because you're a pro, all of a sudden you got somebody else that's just like, hey,
can't walk to the airport and jump on the Steve Gray shuttle and they fly me there.
You don't have one of those?
No, not yet.
That's weird.
Go and look at the team bus and just jump on and go. No, it's try and get 4 or 5 buddies to drive down or ride down and get a B&B, and you're still, like you said, you're still out of pocket that.
Yeah,
and you got to be decent with your sponsorship money that comes in. You got to make sure it goes to Cornhole and don't.
Yeah. And we'll give your sponsors a quick shout out since we're talking about them. Who's your sponsors now, and who's helped you along the way? And you don't have to reference me. I know that's no big deal.
Jason has helped me out a lot. He's always been supportive. It's amazing. There's a lot of sponsors like Jason out there who just reach out to you and just give you that uplifting and ask how you're doing and things like that. And it's helped out.
Yeah, and I think we were able to financially sponsor up until last year.
Yep.
And then the budget just shifted. We poured a lot into different things, and you got some much better sponsors than me that could financially help you. So in the cornhole world, so I was okay. I was like, let's pass the baton now, right? So So just like some main sponsors, cornhole people or cornhole players look for a bag sponsor. Yeah. So somebody that can provide you bags. Like I get free bags for personal use, not to just give away or sell or whatever. But these are special professional.
Yeah, they're
bags.
Professional bags. They're nice, and then you get to talk with bag makers and be like, hey, I kind of like this and I kind of like that, and they can make some demos for you and things like that. And then if it works out for them, so SIVA, which is Southeast Virginia Cornhole.
Okay.
Veteran owned. Hung out with Brooks and BJ a few times. They live down in Richmond, but SIVA Cornhole. Use Gray 10 if you guys order it for 10% off.
There you go. Write that down.
So I've been they've
That's
been both
GRAY,
not E
10.
A.
Yeah.
So they've been with me 2 years that I've been pro. They've been my professional bag sponsors. So they've been amazing. They go to a lot of events too. They don't even go to all of them to vend.
Yeah.
But they go to a lot of them. So bag sponsors one, apparel sponsors another one. So you got to look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I do have a jersey. I should have wore it today.
Oh,
Dang, I didn't think about it.
So you got apparel sponsors. So Caddy Sack Cornhole Customs is my apparel sponsor. They make banners. They can make you a tent. They decorated shoes. They've done.
You got a shoe deal yet?
I don't have no shoe deal.
Oh,
no.
Bummer. Well, you haven't made it until you get a shoe deal. Okay.
Shoe deal. So they make a lot of different stuff. And then this year kind of partnered with another guy, Sharky Sports Bar.
Oh, okay.
Sponsoring us. We go up there and hang out every once in a while. Blue Collar Cornhole sponsored me my first year, actually before I became pro, and then my first year of pro, and then this year they kind of stepped back a little bit too. So, so they've been huge in helping me out. Probably gonna forget a couple, but there's just been so many people that have helped me. Like,
well, I just want to give you a moment to shout them out a little bit. So all right. So I know that you're huge into trying to grow the sport.
Yes.
And really reflect, the love of the sport.
Yep.
And so I know that you've talked about like kind of some of the things you've learned, and we have some questions that we're going to finish with, but not quite yet. So, in your opinion, what's the best way, or what's the best way to grow the sport in your opinion? And two, if the average cornhole player out there, is sitting there and they're listening to this, they're like, man, I'd like to do. Where should they go to kind of find that information, or where should they start to kind of maybe start down that road? Right?
Yeah. So there is an awesome app called Cornhole, and it's an amazing app for cornhole. Dart leagues use it.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of different sports that are on there.
Okay.
And you can find local tournaments right on there. You can, if you're out of town.
And these are like the ones where you talked about like drop it in. And, okay.
A lot of the amateurs play, a lot of, professionals and stuff. They'll be there, but there isn't a lot of them. But it's where you can start.
Yeah.
And like
where you can pay $5, $10, have a fun night, and see how good you are, right?
We talked about a blind draw, which is where you get a random partner, but the biggest thing that kind of grows the sport they're called switches or switcholio.
Okay.
So you get, most of them will do 6 games minimum. So you can pay $5 or $10, and you get minimum 6 games. You get a different partner every time.
Okay.
So like tally euchre, if you guys ever do that, you get a different partner.
Yeah.
So tally euchre, and for me, like it was
for those listening outside of Michigan, that's the card game. So if you don't know how to play euchre, you're not from Michigan. Let's just put it that way. So
yes.
Yeah.
So you get the best thing was you get a different partner. So you could partner with a pro, and then and like I said, 99.9% of them are going to be like, hey, it's my first time, or I'm a beginner. They'll reach right out to you and say, okay, well, I'm going to help you out. Here's what we can do. Just do this. And then as the game goes on, they help you out. Plus, you get to throw a lot of different bags.
Yeah, okay.
So you can get a really good feel on bags that you like.
Yeah.
Do you throw hard? Do you throw soft? Do you need this or that? And you don't have to bring bags. Don't ever worry about that. If you show up to a cornhole tournament and you don't have any bags, don't worry.
Yeah. And you don't have to figure out someone to come with you.
Nope.
Like you say, hey, I don't really know. You can go and show up.
You can just go and show up.
You'll be partnered with someone, and you have a good time and learn something about the sport.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So
over the years, because it is a growing sport.
Yes.
What would you say that, and I know you probably don't have the exact numbers, but a rough estimate, when you started and you jumped on board, back in 2020 compared to now, how many players were in the world, or I know not backyard, but throwing it out there, kind of like how much has it grown since then in the last 5 years that you know about?
I'd say the hardest part about saying how much it's grown for locally is the numbers, because we still have 30 or 40 people that show up to these tournaments, and it's 30 or 40 is what showed up a couple of years ago, but they're totally different people.
Gotcha.
So if everybody showed up that actually played, because now more people are running tournaments, so you'll have 30 here.
So because of the growth, there's more tournaments.
Meaning
that on a certain night there may have been, let's just say 2 or 3 of 30 people, and now there's potentially six of 20,
30 people. So
approximately doubled then.
I'd say approximately. That's a good number. It's doubled. Yeah.
Okay. And so when we talk about rankings, so in the state of Michigan, you're ranked 11th in the standings. How many players qualify for those rankings or standings, or how many people are actually, like, out of how many people do you rank 11th approximately?
So approximately, like I said, if you play in one local tournament, so somebody runs an it has to be ACL, local tournament.
Which is American Cornhole League.
Yep.
Got it.
If you run one of those, or you show up to a director and he can run it however he wants, and he can input the points later or whatever.
Okay.
But if you play in one of those, you qualify for state rankings.
Gotcha.
So, which is kind of cool because then you can go on there, see your name, and be like, "Oh, look at here's where I rank in the state of Michigan." So,
you're just trying to look up the
I'm
numbers.
trying to look it up real quick.
Fair enough. Well, while you're looking that up, since we're talking about growth of the game, we'll kind of highlight this too. So, you are on episode number 25 or did 4?
We just did 23.
Just did 23. Yeah. So you're gonna So you've 23 episodes. It's called the Pine Podcast.
Yep.
And you can find that on Spotify, YouTube.
Yep.
There's a Facebook page called The Pine Podcast.
Yep.
And this is all things that kind of like we talk about today, but on a more probably micro or macro level. Both you expand out, you talk about worlds. You also talk about like local players and highlight them and what they've done. You teach about the game. Yep. So if anybody's interested, that's probably the number one. I would say the number one place to start. Is jump on the Pine Podcast, and you'll learn a lot about what's going on in the local area about cornhole and in the ACL so all of that, right?
Yeah, we touch from a local small tournament all the way up to the big stuff. We recap it when we go out of state, like we just went to Texas last week, and we'll touch on all the Michigan players, how they did, recap them, give them their kudos, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So. We just really want to base it off Michigan and kind of grow Michigan.
Gotcha.
And we've got people in Wisconsin or other people that have reached out to us too, and just kind of like, oh, we like it. You're really from Michigan. You guys are bringing Michigan to the table, and Michigan's one of the top 5 states in cornhole.
Yeah.
So it's really proud to be from here, and that's what we want to say is we're proud to be from Michigan. We really want to highlight the Michigan players, and that's what we're doing. So
I think Michigan has done we're actually really good at anything. We break the mold with indoor stuff.
Yes,
because we have nothing else better to do. So we're like, hey, let's start a brewery. We got hundreds of breweries. Yeah. Let's do cornhole.
Yep.
Hey, golf simulators. Let's do a bunch of those. We're just good at breaking the mold on some of this stuff. So that's good for Michigan. But all right. So the Pine Podcast. Check that out. Yes. And so you were able to look up kind of a number, hopefully, of how many people kind of qualify to be ranked in states. What is that number?
There's approximately 300 right now that are qualified or did it. And just kind of put this in perspective too. There's 300 on ACL. Well, there's also another bigger cornhole league called ACO.
Okay.
And this is the way I look at it. Not every ACO player plays ACL.
Gotcha.
So there's a couple more, but it's roughly 300.
Would you compare, without offending anybody, would you compare like the ACO as like the Canadian Football League compared to the NFL as far as if like in classifications or... Yeah, that's ACO is kind of like their next step. They want to try to get to ACL, or
it's a really good perspective to say that. But I would say it's not as like the NFL is just I would think by far and away better. You know what I mean? So the ACO, they have some shooters that actually from ACL they bounce kind of back and forth.
Okay,
they're both amazing, fun.
So we'll call it American League, National League then.
Yeah, that way we don't want to.
Yeah, the ACO.
Because there's some top talent in the ACO that have already succeeded in the ACL and went back. It's just their preference.
I got it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and so we'll finish with this. I would talk about the worlds that are coming up.
Yep.
I think that you said 6 weeks away or something like that, or what was that?
Yeah, I go to this week. I'm going to Washington to play. Actually, we're going on a mini vacation, check out the Northwestern summertime.
Hey, perfect.
And they have cornhole out there, so we're gonna me and another couple and the wife are gonna go out there, and then July 10th. That weekend, I go to Mesa, Arizona. That's our last signature or national tournament. There's 6 of them, and they take your best 4.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how you get pro points. You don't have to go to all 6. You can go to 4, but you get 2 mulligans. So you might as well use them.
Yeah. So because you could enhance, right? You could say, well, I could actually get better this time and knock off my worst score.
Knock off your worst score.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So then July 27th, starting that week, is ACL Worlds. And I think it's that Thursday, so 27th, 27th. That 30th of July is the pro qualifier, win the bracket, be top 100, that kind of thing, yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we're going to be rooting for you to get on TV, eat some popcorn again on TV. That'd be great. But before we finish, we always like to finish our segment with what I call the Forged 5. And this is just 5 questions. You answer them kind of like first thing that comes to mind. And this is and this is maybe you bring up cornhole, but this is more about Steve Gray.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a little more detailed on who Steve Gray is before we wrap up here. So what's one daily habit that changed your life?
One daily habit that changed my life. I just wake up in the morning and just get up. You know what I mean? It seems like a lot of people lay in bed. I never hit the snooze. Never have been. So I get up. When I wake up, I get up.
So you just get up, ready for the day. Let's go.
And whatever the day brings, it brings. If I'm tired, I can try and find a nap or something. But yeah, when I wake up, I'm up. I don't go back to bed. I never hit the snooze button, and started doing that probably really young age. Probably when I first really started working.
Okay.
Like my first job, I think, is really what set me on that. And I listen to other people hit the snooze button and they're still tired, and I just get up.
I like that. That's
Just
a good
get
one.
up.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. So just do. I think there's a book on this. I think it was like my wife told me about it. It was like 3, 2, 1, go.
Sarah
something like
does the
that.
5,
Or
5, 4, 3,
That's
2,
maybe
1.
that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's it. So all right, there's something to it apparently if
Yeah.
there's a book on it. So there you go. All right. Speaking of that, what book, podcast, or person has impacted you the most?
I'm not a big reader, and I'm not really. I'm trying to get a little bit more into the podcast. But
I've heard of a good one that you could listen to.
I mean, there's a lot out there, and I would like to honestly try and get more into the podcasting since I've started one and now on one, and do that route because it's easy listening. Some of them.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Zig Ziglar called your car.
Yeah.
What is it? Something. University on Wheels or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's it. You're driving, you're traveling.
And
you can gain knowledge
all day long
Yeah.
instead of listening to the same radio station. That's kind of where I've gotten. Literally, it's been about a month and a half. It's like, man, I hear this song all the time, or this or that. You know what I mean? So put something new on, and I have put some new podcasts and stuff on. So something I'm working on. I don't have a specific one
or a person. I mean, if there's a person that's it's book, podcast, or person that has impacted you the most.
Like overall
in life, not just cornhole life, just overall life. Is there something that stands out? Someone that stands out? Like you say, yeah.
I mean, the wife, of course, been there. I've been with her now longer than I haven't. So
we were just talking about this. So Amber and I were talking about. We just celebrated our 22nd anniversary, and you guys are 24. And she goes, you know that we've been together longer than we've been apart?
Yep.
And I'm like, holy cow, you're right. So that's wild. All right.
So she's always been there for me, good, bad. She'll tell me when I don't want to hear, and that kind of thing.
And I think you would agree that we would talk about both our wives this way, but your wife was a saint for putting up with you.
Still.
So shout out to Sarah. Yep. All right. So what's one piece of advice or lesson that you've learned that you will never forget?
So, and I live with this every day. Like I said, even on my podcast, no drama. I mean, I just like to smile and see other people smile. So no matter what's going on with your life or whatever, just try and smile.
Yes.
Whether you look up at the sky is always, I wouldn't say always beautiful. We are in Michigan. But, I mean, there's nature or something like that.
There's always, I've always lived by whatever you look for, you'll find.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for the positives that are around you, you're going to find them.
Yep.
But if you're looking for the drama or the negative, you're going to find that too. So
yep.
I love that. That's huge. And I bet you that from a health standpoint and from just a loving life standpoint, it's probably served you pretty well.
A lot of people yell at me because they don't seem stressed when they think I should be. Like I've ran cornhole tournaments where it didn't go well. And they're like, you're not all upset. I'm like, no, it's just, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I can't change it now.
Yeah. Control what you can control, and there you go. I love it.
I'm not saying I'm stress-free, but.
Yeah. You just hide it well. All right. Yeah. Good. No. All right. This is a fun one, kind of. What's your favorite movie and why?
I have a couple of them. I always like the Jim Carrey movies, so almost any Jim Carrey movie, Dumb and Dumber, just classics like that.
That's a good one.
Super Troopers is one of mine. I mean, I just like Super Troopers, just the dumb comedy, I guess.
Okay, so you're a comedy guy.
Yeah, I'm a comedy guy.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Is there a why behind that, or?
Like to laugh, smile, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you have it.
There it is.
You heard it here first, folks. No. All right, so last question before we end this up. If you could have coffee with one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Man, you go deep without even giving me a warning.
I know. Well, hey, if I gave you a warning, then you'd be able to think about it. So
yeah, I know.
I don't want.
Man, I would probably, if I really had to, it'd be cool to go way back, like a founding father or something.
That's a good one.
You know, and it's 250 years USA, right?
Yeah,
So
here
like
we are.
literally like I always, that just in my mind, even like 1900s, like how did they survive in 1900s versus us now?
Yeah.
Let alone going
little bit different.
back 1776-ish, you know?
And here we are on social media complaining about our circumstances, and they're
Yelling
I
at
get
my
it.
phone because it didn't download in 2 seconds. It took 3, you know?
Yeah, first world problems.
So I would say a founding father.
I like that. Was
Yeah.
it a specific one?
No.
Okay.
No.
So any of those back in the
Washington,
around the
Jefferson,
1700s, 1750s. Yep. Okay. I like that. That's a good one.
Because then you can learn from back then. I mean, the big guy would be a.
Well, yeah. Well, I tell all my guests, like we take Jesus and we take the Bible. Those are that's it.
That's
like
a given.
So that's a given. Those would be awesome, right? So yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, a founding father.
I like that. that. Man, I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
It's
you.
been awesome learning more about cornhole. We wish you the best of luck, in the worlds. No doubt that you're going to hopefully break that top 100 in the world mark, and then we'll get you back on and we'll kind of recap some stuff. But the Pine Podcast, check them out. And for those first-time listeners, jump on. We're on all the major platforms. We're on the Spotify, the Pandora, Amazon Music. I downloaded to YouTube, but I'm going to be putting out a special second episode of our Foundation in 15 where I share some impactful stuff. We keep it under 15 minutes. There's a special Father's Day message coming out. I'm hoping to record that. I'm going to release it on Sunday, on Father's Day, so keep an eye out for that one. I'm really excited. It's going to be called Failures of the Father, or Failures of a Father. So be a little vulnerable. I'm going to be sharing some information about my failures, but hopefully there'll be some lessons in there too. So thank you all for listening, and just remember, you're built for this.
Thank you.